I saw something on Twitter, somebody giving advice about how to, I don't know, help people, help a pal or something like that. Consider um, something like consider Ubering over. You know, people use that as a kind of verb. Uber over that. No, not like Uber over a something or other, or Uber to them. I was thinking, why isn't anybody calling it like getting a taxi? Like, is Uber like the first fucking taxis that cunts have ever got? Is there certain areas where there wasn't taxis, and then Uber go like, here, listen to this. It's like a bus, but private. It's like a motor, and we drive you. A generational thing. I mean, I know that you get like people saying things like, got to hoover this place up. You've not actually got a fucking hoover vacuum cleaner. You've got another vacuum cleaner, but it just becomes one of the things. Can't remember the name of it. Do people, younger people, say get a Uber over to somewhere when they're actually not talking specifically about Uber? Like Tannoy and Hoover. Or are we no there yet? Did they actually mean, always actually mean Uber? No, yet, no, really. They actually mean Uber. Because this person was saying, it was like, that sort of like, nice sort of thing, people try to help out, and this sort of part about care packages and all this sort of thing, which I think that sort of part normally goes hand in hand with people criticising companies like Uber and that sort of thing, undercutting local taxi companies and no paying the staff well and exploitative, etc., etc., etc. So I would think that's funny that you're basically saying, Uber over there to. I'm like, why are you sort of promoting this? Making that just like getting a taxi. Why are you just making a get a taxi? I don't know. I just sometimes there's these wee things I spot. No enough to actually fucking rant about. I'm not even really ranting about it here. I just have these wee thoughts. That's funny that it's just become like another word for like getting a taxi. So it's not really, but Glasgow cabs are pricks. Everybody's pricks. Everybody's fucking pricks everywhere. You're a prick. I'm a prick. Don't know. It's funny. Just reading it, no one hails a cab these days. But there's other ones, there's other private ones, and I don't know. It's a good fucking position to be in as a business when people are basically doing advertising for you with things like that. They're just they're not talking about Uber. It's no conversation about Uber. They just go, I get an Uber there. They don't know if there's Uber in your... This tweet was just, for everybody. If you want to help people out, help a pal out, maybe you could send them this, or send them money, or get an Uber over to them and something. No idea if you've got an Uber in that fucking location or no. You could be in one of these places. We don't actually have Uber here or something. They just mean Uber or an alternative. But the main thing is like Uber. It was like a fucking advert, almost. And it's funny you get that point with a certain business that people will just they'll just keep saying you're a bit like like an iPad. People will say iPad when I mean tablet. This is something you could maybe do. You see it like maybe something you could do. Either on a computer or your iPad. When what they mean is iPad or, another tablet. It'd be good to get to that point. What we're going to do, everybody, is we're going to create another taxi company. And people are going to start saying that about our taxi company, right? And when that happens... that's when we fold the business, we liquidate it, and everybody we cash out. Or the shareholders get cash out, right? Now, what I need is to raise, each of you, I need to raise £20,000 of capital per viewer. and we'll undercut Uber. We'll just go, how much is the taxi? Where you going? About 10 miles. 20 pence. So everybody's just like, I'm fucking using them. And then it becomes the common, like everybody's just like, oh, remember Uber? They're forgetting they use our one, which will be called, what do you call it? Limo. Can't do that even if you spell it different because it just looks like limo. You got to verbally, vocally, it's got to sound different. Goodbye. Aluba. No, it can't be. Football. No, don't try to make it sound. You know what? Fuck off. Your parlour's shite. Thought mine was shite. Forget it. You've ruined it. That was actually really, really good. I was going somewhere with this parlour, and you just ruined it. What is it? What does Lummy want us to do? Come up with other taxi names that sound like Uber? All right then. Just fucking. I actually thought what I was talking about was like a lot of shite. It was boring and it was partless. And I thought this is when yous were saying all that. I thought this is a good bit to maybe dump it on yous.